From the beginning, the mayor said public safety was his priority, and he's kept his word. The police department is adding 1,000 new officers. And with tough enforcement, coupled with youth intervention, LA's first comprehensive anti-gang strategy is working. Gang homicides are down dramatically. Crime is down to levels from the 1950s. The credit goes first to our brave men and women in uniform, but also to a mayor who gave us leadership and the LAPD the tools to get the job done.
Last year, sometimes it was scary going to school, but our neighborhood's getting safer, and last fall, our school became one of the mayor's schools. Now, my teachers talk to my dad, and the principal and guidance counselors stay on top of us all the time. My dad says Mayor Viragosa went to a school like mine. That's why he's bringing everyone together and trying so hard to make it better. This mayor, he really cares. He's getting things done.
They work hard, they love their country, they play by the rules. But the cars, steel, and appliances they used to make are now being made overseas, where workers are paid $3 or $4 a day. My opponent supported the trade agreements that cost us these jobs. He says it's just business. I say it's wrong. I'm Sherrod Brown. I approve this message. In the Senate, I'll judge U.S. trade agreements by this standard. Are they fair to America? Do they put Americans first?
I was proud when my son went to Iraq. Then I found out the Army didn't have enough body armor. I wrote everyone I could think of. My Senator, Mike DeWine, sent me back a form letter that didn't even mention body armor. Sherrod Brown wasn't my congressman, but he met with me and other military families, then went to bat for our troops and helped them get the equipment they needed. For me, it's easy. I want a senator who cares.
I'm Sherrod Brown. I approve this message.
Steve Bullock is the only candidate for Attorney General who stood in a courtroom and protected Montanans, who made sure criminals served their time. When scam artists targeted seniors, he stepped in. When public access to rivers and streams was threatened, he defended our rights. With online predators and meth dealers targeting children, he's a father who knows how to fight back. Law enforcement says Bullock's the right man to protect our safety. Steve Bullock, an Attorney General who comes prepared.
Back when Elizabeth Dole left North Carolina, textiles and manufacturing drove our economy. Over the years, she's gone on to 12 different jobs in Washington, while thousands of our jobs have been eliminated by unfair trade deals she supported. She's even voted for special tax breaks for corporations that outsource jobs. Senator Dole, stop supporting tax breaks for companies that ship our jobs overseas. Citizens for Strength and Security is responsible for the content of this advertising. Back when Elizabeth Dole left North Carolina, Social Security was a promise workers could count on. But while she's been in Washington all these years, she's worked to hand that promise over to Wall Street bankers. She's proposed privatizing Social Security, replacing some guaranteed benefits with risky stock market accounts. Senator Dole, stop trying to give our Social Security to Wall Street. Folks depend on it around here. Citizens for Strength and Security is responsible for the content of this advertising.
They teach in tough classrooms and work the late shift. There are firefighters, deputy sheriffs, police officers, all supporting Mark Ridley Thomas for LA County Supervisor. They know he's a former teacher, a state senator who put health centers in schools. The Democratic Party endorsed Ridley Thomas for his leadership on civil rights and fair wages. Republicans support Bernard Parks because he supports rolling back rent control and workers' rights. But if you want change around here, your vote's the one that counts.
Some politicians flip-flop, some waffle. Others like to bend the truth. But Republican Gary Gendron is trying all three. Gendron made a campaign promise never to raise your taxes. Then he came out for higher sales taxes. He's on record for higher property taxes and higher fees. So now he's slinging mud at Manuel Perez on, you guessed it, taxes. But when a politician like Gendron lies about his own record, how can you trust anything he says about somebody else?
If a corporation makes $21,000 in profit per minute, if their chief financial officer says tough times are actually good for their bottom line, do they really need more tax giveaways from Washington? John McCain's proposed billions in new tax breaks for big corporations. $1.5 billion for Walmart alone, millions more for their CEO. More Bush-style corporate tax breaks. That's John McCain's solution for America's economy. But isn't that part of the problem?
Every face tells a different story. Some defenseless, some forgotten, some just out of luck. Whatever caused their particular circumstance, the fact remains they need shelter. Battered women, homeless families, foster children, senior citizens. Prop 1C will build new shelters and affordable housing to help people when they need help the most. And it has an annual audit to make sure the money is spent properly. Yes on 1C, part of the One Plan to Rebuild California.
In 1956, Dwight Eisenhower was president with a plan to build roads, bridges, and freeways. Since then, our population has more than doubled, but our transportation systems haven't kept up. Measure R is a countywide plan, the most comprehensive since the 50s. Imagine expanded mass transit and modernized freeways. Think about light rail to the airport and synchronizing traffic lights. Endorsed by the LA Times and Daily News. Yes on Measure R, the roadmap for traffic relief.
In Minnesota, we saw what happens when critical infrastructure is neglected. I'm Jonathan Stewart, a professor of earthquake engineering at UCLA. When an older bridge is shaken by an earthquake, the damage can be devastating. Many bridges in LA County were built back in the 60s. 17 have been rated structurally deficient. Measure R will allow us to repair bridges and tunnels, modernize our freeways, and improve rail safety with new technologies. Vote yes on Measure R, the roadmap for traffic relief and road safety.
So many misleading initiatives. Wouldn't it be nice to give them a lie detector test? Take I-892. They claim it's electronic scratch tickets, but they're really slot machines. They say it's a modest expansion of gambling, but it's 18,000 new slots at thousands of neighborhood locations. They claim you'll get a big tax cut, but out-of-state gambling corporations take 65% for themselves, then send what's left to Olympia. No on 892. No on the slot machine initiative. Paid for by the No on I-892 Committee.